fans, and welcome to another episode of Silver Screams Reacts. Today, hi to you.
Our third host is here, and she's very happy.
Is special guest, the cat that's slightly off camera, which, for anybody who only watches the videos where they can hear her and not see her, probably is wondering whether or not she's all a figment of our imaginations.
Yeah, that's some real tight sound editing there.
You don't know. You can't see her.
Super on
Maybe
point.
she's not there. Anyway, neither here nor there. Today we are talking about Alien Covenant, the prologue, the crossing, which is a long way of saying, hey, we're going to give you a brief Prometheus epilogue, sort of.
Are we sure? Because I feel like with all these prologues and clips and whatnot, we're going to wind up having seen the first 20 minutes of the movie before we
I don't know. Because here's my thing. I think promotional material is fine, and I think it can be fun to engage in all that, like with the Cloverfield stuff. But here's the thing. That's not a substitute for a movie. Viral marketing can be fun, but if at the end of the day the movie can't stand on its own, you've wasted everyone's time.
And I enjoyed the Cloverfield viral marketing, and I didn't know about it until after I saw the movie.
Which means you can go and see the movie and then dig through all that, and that's fun and engaging and all that. But the flip side of it is that doing supplemental material like this can also give away too much. Yeah. There is a fine line to walk. Where you can either feel like with viral marketing, like, oh no, it gave away everything, and now I know the plot of the movie going in, or you can be like, wow, that movie wasn't very good, this was a gigantic waste of my time.
But if your viral marketing gives away the plot of the movie, you have by definition failed at viral marketing.
Yes.
The point of it is that people have to hunt it down, and they look like they're on unrelated sites, and there's actual stuff that you need to do, and sometimes you wind up in ARG territory and you're doing stuff in the real world. 10 Cloverfield Lane actually did a lot of that. There were dead drops in lockers with storage codes.
That's actually
interacting with a character in the movie.
That's
to the point
cool.
where the character started realizing that people were intercepting his dead drops that were supposed to be for his daughter, and started addressing the people in character. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, the Cloverfield bubble does really, really good viral marketing. That's like, I hesitate to say that's the gold standard, because I'm sure there's stuff out there that I just haven't heard of, but it's very good, and it's very well documented by the fans.
Blair Witch invented it, basically. Well, maybe not invented it, but definitely perfected it.
These people are dead. Are you sure?
It's a true story, except for the fact that it's not.
It's a true story. It's a lie.
But with all of the
this isn't viral marketing. This is promotional material.
But with all of the Alien supplementary material that they've been releasing, I'll be honest, I haven't been paying much attention to it outside of the prologue that they provided for us. The rest of it has been little character vignettes where they're basically talking to the camera, talking about their mission, anxiety, things like that.
I voted you off the island, Bob. You just weren't good at catching fish.
This one, however, focuses on the characters from the end of Prometheus. Shaw and David. Because fuck you, I guess. So for anybody who hasn't seen Prometheus, first of all,
spoilers!
You've saved yourself some time. Second of all, spoiler alert right here. In case you didn't get that from, I guess I should have said spoiler alert first. Because the surviving...
only two assholes who survived, kind of.
Well, one of them is alive. The other one is a decapitated android head searching for the engineers for a search for answers, because the engineer on the planet they landed on did not give them any answers and just instead kind of just tore stuff up. And basically was the lead into the sequel, the Prometheus sequel that we never got, which I guess Alien Covenant is now the stand-in for.
I think the android should have quit while he was ahead.
I refuse to acknowledge any of these head puns.
I mean, he really stuck his neck out.
He'll never be the head of a major corporation. Not a good time to lose one's head.
Well, when you get angry, heads will roll. This is what you came here for.
Is it? No. No. Of course. Okay. I think it's time to sit down and watch this, because it's less than 3 minutes long, so I don't actually know how much this is going to give us, but I'm going to guess that being tied to Prometheus, it's altogether not going to answer any questions and will be wholly unsatisfying. Click.
Click.
In
2093, the Prometheus experiment went looking for humanity's
expedition. The mission ended in disaster after the discovery of a deadly alien pathogen. Is that
what that was?
The survivors continue their search.
All 1 1/4 of them.
After we made contact with the engineers, the Prometheus was destroyed. All hands were lost, but I escaped with Elizabeth in one of their ships. I was badly injured on our mission.
That's one way of putting it, David.
She put me back together.
Did she know?
That's a bad idea.
I never experienced such compassion. Certainly not from Mr. Wayland. Or from any human.
That's because you're the only person she has left to talk to.
Right to right. It's meant to be civil.
I'm doing my best.
You're very kind at heart, you know.
And you're a douchebag who murdered her fiance.
And set
Probably head him
course
off
for
at the
their
pass.
homeworld. We were finally going to meet our Creator.
How long?
Impossible to say.
What if they know better than us?
So long as there are no words.
It's a good headshot.
I don't know who I hate more, you or him.
Him.
I'll wake you when we arrive.
You're gonna trust him? Shaw. Well, I guess she did go to the Prometheus school of running away from things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was alone again.
Yeah, with no Peter
Alone
O'Toole
with
movies to
their
keep you
ways.
company.
And awaited our arrival.
And it crash lands and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls.
Huh. Interesting.
How will they ever find parking? Some weird architecture.
It's alien.
It's true. Were you gonna wake her up, dude?
My wax mighty and despair.
God dang it. It did its job. I'm intrigued. I'm angry, but I'm intrigued.
Is he waking her up or not?
He will. I think.
I was gonna say, are
You know
we
what?
sure?
He probably wants to, if he really has turned over a new leaf and he genuinely wants to make sure that the only person who has shown him any compassion in the last, I don't know, X amount of
Ever?
years, stays alive, then he might actually go and investigate and make sure that no engineers are gonna knock her block off. Or that there's not another deadly alien pathogen, or that, you know, there's a face hugger or whatever else tentacled horror could be lurking on the planet. I have no idea.
Or they could do the horror movie thing and kill the protagonist from the first film in the first 5 minutes of the sequel
I
film.
hate when they do that. I
I'm
hate
aware.
it so much.
I'm so aware.
It was.
You should make a top 10 list of your horror movie pet peeves.
I should. That would probably be real high
Right
up
up at the
there.
top.
I don't know if that would be number one, but it would be dang close. Luckily
Not
not.
gore for the sake of gore.
It's a good
Especially
one.
if it's not campy gore. If it's
Yeah,
campy
that's
gore
fair.
and they're just throwing buckets on the walls, I mean, fuck
And
yes,
this is
yeah,
like Evil Dead gore, where it's
meant to be insane.
slapstick, where it's
Yeah.
like slapstick.
But like Saw.
Yeah, no, or
More
Hostel.
like once you get past the initial Saw into every other sequel of Saw.
Anyway,
Torture porn genre.
Yeah,
That's my
exactly.
pet peeve.
I mean, that's a good one. There are lots of other things that we definitely could talk about in that regard. But here, I will be honest, I'm intrigued, and I'm especially intrigued if they come across, like, I really hope, goodness sake, I really hope that they don't kill these two right at the beginning of the movie, because I would like them to meet the main characters. And this wasn't a full short. This looked like it was a clip from the movie.
Yeah. In which case, narration. Ding.
Ding. which I hope that they do something a little bit more with so that it fits in with the narrative of that film, because I feel like having him randomly narrate one section of the movie would feel really
super weird,
really out of place. So I hope the narration was just for this promotional clip.
Yeah,
and
I also feel like an alien movie with narration is like.
But
little do they know the alien lurked in the
it's
shadows
one
and ready
thing-
to attack.
It's one thing to have VO like for a report log that you're doing.
Yeah.
That would be in character with the alien universe. But like and I was alone to contemplate my choices that had led me to this rather strange part of the galaxy. Yeah, no, that
Again, I've got, little did they know the xenomorph was lurking in the shadows, waiting for them
it's
to turn
just
their backs.
such an interesting turn for David, because he was definitely the most interesting part of Prometheus, but he was also a jerk. He actively got her impregnated with an alien so that she had to do that weird alien C-section on her. He basically murdered her fiance, whether he meant to or not. Purposely antagonized an engineer to the point where the engineer actually attacked him. This android is not a good android. He's a bad android. So I'm very interested if they're actually going to give him a character arc and if they're actually going to resolve Shaw's story. She looks so upset. She just looks like she's at the end of her rope.
Well, yeah.
So lonely, malnourished, just all together, not doing great. Probably because everyone she knows and loves is dead. And
Violently.
the only
Horribly.
person she has to keep her company is robotic Jan in a pan.
It's my head in a box. Thank you for going to Jan in the Pan. I appreciate
Robo
that.
Jan in a pan. Yes.
Jan in a Pan. Dave in a Pan.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's all I got.
That's all I got too. And this must mean nothing to you, having not seen Prometheus.
Yeah. I am aware of about 85% of Prometheus. Like, I got the gist.
You got the gist of it, yeah. I will say, for anybody who really did enjoy Prometheus, I enjoyed it on my first watch, but after going back and looking at the rest of the Alien franchise again, I went, yeah, no, none of that made sense. None of that added up. Didn't answer any questions. It was just comparatively.
There's no fridge logic. There's no fridge horror. It's just kind of fridge destruction.
Comparatively, it doesn't hold up, and it does the worst thing I think. One of the worst things I think a movie can do, whether or not it's in the horror genre or not, is it, unless you're like Empire Strikes Back or one of the, or Lord of the Rings, or one of those movies that already had a plan and already had the next movie shot and done.
Sequel hook.
Doing a movie solely so that you can make a sequel, it committed like all the worst sins of that type of movie in terms of it answered no questions, it didn't fit into the Alien universe nearly as well, and like the mysteries that it set up weren't like satisfying mysteries that we could dig into. They really weren't. So like it basically was just an hour long. It's like reading the Dark Tower series. When you get through the first book, you come to realize you've read an entire book of prologue.
Dark Tower or his Dark Materials?
Dark Tower.
Huh.
And that's why I never read any more of the Dark Tower books, because I read an entire book and went, well, okay, I didn't know that this was one book of prologue. Now that I know this, I'm closing it forever and never returning to it, because screw you. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on Prometheus. But I'll give this short credit. I'm intrigued. I'm already excited for Alien Covenant because they've started putting up the billboards around town.
I haven't seen any yet.
Oh, I've
seen a lot for The Mummy.
That's funny because I've only seen a few for The Mummy, but I see a ton for Alien Covenant. And they're the type of billboards where some of them are just normal billboards and it's fine, but some of them are also the ones where they build the extensions for the xenomorph. And so you see like the big old head and like the spikes coming from its tail and everything like that. And I'm not even gonna lie, it puts a smile on my face every time I drive by one. I'm like, oh, yay! We're getting another one, even though it's probably gonna crush me and disappoint me.
Whereas I think the best commentary I've seen on the Mummy ones are, because it's you have the Mummy's face, and then you have Tom Cruise right smack in the middle here. And what's the actress's name? It's escaping me right now.
The actress playing the Mummy or
Yes.
the love interest? She's the girl from Kingsman. She played Gazelle.
Her name. The best commentary I've seen is in the new Mummy. Tom Cruise puts forth a. Wow, I'm real bad at this. I saw it once today and I laughed, but I don't remember. Something gives a stunning performance as that woman's nose. It worked!
What a twist!
What a twist!
I'd
watch that movie. It would be a really, really weird body horror kind of comedy.
well,
I'd watch that movie.
Here's hoping that neither The Mummy nor Alien Covenant disappoints. Alien, you know what, in all honesty, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic about the both of them, but the truth of the matter is that they could both be equally disappointing for potentially the same reason.
The truth of the matter is we're going to go see them in theaters where we can drink.
Absolutely. But the reason they might both fail is because rather than being standalone films, they are chapters in a franchise. The Mummy is building up to the Monster Mash for Universal's, where they try to do the Marvel thing. And this one, supposedly, and I hope to God this isn't true, but supposedly there are going to be 6 more Alien films after this one. Which, I really don't need that right now.
Not everything needs to be a franchise. The MCU works because they put in all the work on all the films, and even then they had some missteps even in the first phase.
Well, and even so, prior to, Alien Covenant is the 6th film in the Alien franchise if you don't count Alien vs. Predator, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Prometheus.
Well, it's the 5th if you don't count Prometheus.
No, you count Prometheus because it's in the universe, but you don't count Alien vs. Predator because, I don't know, the first one's entertaining.
The second one is one of 2 horror movies that I know of that take place in Colorado. And I know this because I used to live in Colorado. So it's like, is anything going to eat me where I am? No, because one of them is the Overlook Hotel and you have to specifically go there, and the other one takes place in Boulder.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know where
Anyway,
Alien Covenant takes place.
A toast to what I hope will not be a disappointment.
A toast to Alien Covenant. Don't fuck it up.
Hear, hear! So yeah, we want to know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this film could stand on its own as one of the best entries in the Alien franchise? Or do you think you're suffering from franchise fatigue and that this is just going to be another disappointment?
And I want to know what your favorite horror short is.
Ooh.
Go fight win, y'all.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead.
Mine is the Italian one with the doll shop.
That one's so good. I'm also a big fan of the one where somebody adapted that like 1 or 2 sentence short story and turned it into a horror movie where dad goes in to tuck his son in at night and his son's like, there's a monster under my bed.
That one.
I won't spoil it, but it's good. It's good. Short but sweet. Yeah, I think that does it for me. Katie, where can people go if they want to find you?
You can follow me all over the social medias and on YouTube at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. If you like watching us react to non-horror things and talk about non-horror things, that's the channel that they live on. Right now we're working on the current season of Red vs. Blue.
Woohoo! And I'm Megan. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the Menguin. That's TheMenguin. Be sure to follow Silver Screams at Silver_Screams. Like us on Facebook. All that jazz. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. I mean, the guy's favorite movie is Lawrence of Arabia. Of course I hate him.